Zanzibar Telecom aims to increase its users by 2/3 within a year, and that despite price wars in the sector. We cross now to Norman Moyo. He's Chief Commercial Officer of Zanzibar Telecom, on the line from Tanzania. Thanks so much, Norman, for your time this afternoon. So we've seen this news hit the market, and the big question is how exactly you're going to be winning over this market, especially where competition has heightened so intensively.
Yeah, I think the major challenge, as you're aware, in Tanzania market is how to basically grow your customers given the very aggressive pricing regime that has been there for the past 24 months. And as a business, I think you have to start realizing that I think you cannot perpetually be dropping prices and be expect the business to grow. So we have had to look at other new innovative ideas to be able to start to attract consumers. One of the good side of this pricing situation is that consumers have become frustrated with the quality of the network because they can hardly get through because networks get congested when you drive the price down to the ground. And we have started looking for creative ways to start engaging, particularly with the youth segment in Tanzania. There's a huge component of the youth segment in Tanzania, and one of the things that they're excited about is to try to find a proposition that speaks to their lifestyle. And that is one of the key areas that we've decided to focus on. That the mobile phone is just one of the key things that the youth spend their money on, but they also spend their money on at cinemas. They spend their money on clothing and all sorts of entertainment areas. So we have gone around and we've started to build a bundle of services that includes the mobile services, GPRS internet services, but we've also brought in what we call lifestyle-based services. And we have actually done a research in the market, and we found that consumers appreciate such an offering that bundles all these services together. And we are optimistic that that particular strategy is going to allow us to grow, because I think ultimately customers will start to look at value. Now that price is no longer an equation in the Tanzanian market, the next level is who is the most innovative, who brings in more value to the table.
What about synergies with other sectors within the economy? I mean, we've seen Safaricom become very innovative, and one of the, its strong points has been the fact that it's partnered with the financial services industry pretty successfully. What kind of synergies are you exploring?
We explore mostly the synergies is mostly with the other, what shall we say, fast-moving goods industries. So for us, we are spreading from banks for our m-commerce services, and because we are dominant in the internet services area, we are also leveraging on our dominance in internet in particular to grow and reach more and more what we call adjacent industries that we believe we can use to bundle our services.
We've seen $15 million being spent on your network over the past year, but you still have a lot of underutilized capacity. Does that mean CapEx spend is being reined in a bit this year?
For us in particular, when we talk about the underutilized, it's mostly in mainland Tanzania. Well, in Zanzibar, obviously, we've got a network is almost full, but we recently moved into the mainland Tanzania. And in the mainland Tanzania, we still have got a lot of room for growth, and that's the capacity. And we have had to invest more in capacity. Of course, as I speak to you now, that is being consumed very quickly because as the prices drop, the traffic starts to increase tremendously because basically you've got more minutes for a lesser amount of money. So what this does is it increases traffic tremendously, and we expect that capacity to be taken up, but we are continuing to focus because now we are focused on the youth segment. In particular, we are beginning to identify specific areas where these youth congregate, and we are beginning to target our expenditure, our CapEx expenditure in those particular areas. We've also spent a lot of money on internet and broadband in particular as a leading, because that we believe is the future, particularly for Tanzanian market.
Well, that seems to be the consensus in the market. Data is the next growth curve that many of these telecom players are getting onto. Norman, we're going to have to leave that conversation there. Thanks so much for your time today. Norman Moyo is Chief Commercial Officer of Zanzibar Telecom, on the line from Tanzania, unpacking the group's expansion plan.